Hey guys, what's up? Sora here, back with another Shadowverse video, and today we're doing a deck in honor of the person that got me really considering Shadowverse a lot when I was debating whether to get into the game, and that is Ignideus. Ignideus is one of the most well-known Shadowverse streamers, and he's been he has said in his recent videos that he's been feeling a little bit down on rotation. Especially with some of his later videos that by the time this video goes up. And it's because a lot of it is just, I think he was describing it as first verse, where particularly decks right now that just curve out and just do their game plan typically just win without any sort of real interaction, i.e. Tenko Shrine, which I can understand. Though I don't fully agree with it, I can understand the frustration. Maybe it's because I come from a little bit more competitive side, coming from the FGC, still in the FGC, and me having played against more lopsided matches before. But again, I do understand the frustration. More importantly, the reason why he, I'm sure, and a lot of other people are frustrated in rotation, in addition to Tenko Shrine, is that the fact that Lindworm, despite getting all of this support, is actually not a great deck right now, quote unquote. I'm putting air quotes despite not having a webcam on. So let's go a little bit into it, right? So we have Lindworm, who has always been a thing since its release in Dawnbreak Night Edge. Meta-defining card, created an entirely new archetype for Dragon. Even though he's not performing now, I highly doubt that this is the last we'll see of Lindworm, so he will be back in the future. Even now, maybe. This archetype got two pieces of big support. One is the legendary Insight, i.e. Zoe. Zoe is a great cantrip spell early, and then she's a storm finisher late. There's actually a built-in combo with her and Lindworm where if you play her on turn 10, you make your life go to 1, but you cannot be damaged, and then you finish off with Lindworm next turn. That is looking like 16 damage that your opponent, quote-unquote, cannot interact with. There's also Adramalik, which is the legendary concentration, i.e. Or the legendary Felice, depending on how you look at it. He is a 7/06 dragon that gets buffed by the number of non-follower cards he played. Again, sinks great into Lindworm, and even sinks in with himself. So between these two, on paper, powerful legendaries, Lindworm should be good. But why isn't it as good? Like, Holy Lion Haven, best example, only got Prism Strike as its only support card, and apparently that was enough to put that deck into the higher tiers, if not top tier of this current meta. So it is it has made for a great science experiment for me, honestly, because I'm like, I've been wanting to run this deck ever since I got wind of Zoe and I got wind of Adramalik, right? But why isn't this deck performing? And I want to find out. So, without further ado, Igni, this one's for you. Let's get started. Alright, next game goes to Forest. We're going first. Theoretically, good news for us.
Time for me to prove myself.
We don't need both Lindworms in the hand, I don't think. That's a little bit too early. I do like Dragon Summoner because she cycles herself. So let's see what we draw here. Okay, I can buy that. Oracle Summoner into something. Blazing Breath is really, really nice. We'll add to our spell count. Get us as quick as possible to Lindworm. Oracle here every time. Might actually Foresight on turn 4. That way we guarantee the Lindworm in our hand, or the Frenzied Drake. Yeah. No reason to Blazing Breath here. No reason to give him an Airbound Barrage target either. This is also strong on turn 2. Let's see Foresight. Okay. Guarantee our future turns this way. Then next turn we can Blazing Breath into Waters with the Orca if we wanted to.
Hey, let's play.
That's a weak turn for him. I think we can actually Zoe. Yeah, let's Zoe.
Fade in the light of destruction.
Yeah, all he has is returns to his hand. That's the only reason why he would yeah, actually I'm gonna make a hard read here, and I'm gonna say all he has is returns on his hand. So either I play as many spells as I can right now, and then play the Water of the Orca. Next turn I evolve, get to 7, Dragon Summoner, and then I have an Avowed Strike into Frenzied Drake. I feel good about that play.
I'm gonna rest for a bit.
Summoner here probably. Better than Orca. Because Orca has value later. Because I think 4 spells already. No, Dragon Oracle, Eye, Blazing Breath into, yeah, we should be at 5 already. We're absolutely saving that for the Evo turn, which is going to be right now.
There's a lot more.
We'll probably flood the board right now, because from my read here is he's playing Cassie. And we're 1 turn away from Frenzied Drake anyway. Yeah, that's 5. That's gonna put us to 6. The Avowed Strike next turn, whatever he puts down. Yeah, this is gonna be most effective before the Cassie turn. Offers us a lot of board control while we sacrifice a little bit of tempo in order to get this off.
Let's write ourselves
Yep.
a happy ending. You're done for.
Save the Adramalic for later,
Come on, dog.
because I want the draw right now.
Still room for improvement.
Yeah, no use holding the Avowed Strike. We're doing this for primarily the draw. Because if I play Adramalic right now, I feel like I'm not contributing to the follower count. Alternatively, I could also play Roy, Dragon Strike Blade, Dragon Oracle, which could be better, given that we have lower... Yeah, probably. 3, 5, 7. Okay, let's draw first. Save the Avowed Strike for later. Although, he could theoretically flood the board here, but Avowed Strike I think will be better for the White Vanara anyway. Okay. Alright. And by that, that's the 10.
Rescuing people's a hobby of mine.
Do I Dramalic here or Dragon Strike?
Dragon Strike Blade!
Let's save the Evo. Because he's probably just going to clear it with Cassie regardless. He has 8 cards in hand, which means he'll have 7. Like, the chances of it leaving the 4/4 up are 2 out of 3. Oh, he even has 9 because of Phil, right?
Punch is flops. Hey, let's play. Launch field. It won't be long now. Is this why I have no friends?
Alright. You can leave the 2/2 up, I think. Or even the 3 damage up. I'll just about strike this, make it simple. Get our draws up. Eight. We can get to 10 as early as next turn. And he is at 16 if we draw into Lindworm. That sets up for lethal. Let's go ahead and do that. Not yet. We can also just use our last Evo here to clear the board. Or just draw with Adramalic. I'll draw with Adramalic. That's 10. Not quite. Not quite Lindworm, but that's fine. If he doesn't heal him when you draw into Lindworm, he's dead.
Let's go.
That's fine.
To the ends of
I
the
can't
earth.
attack.
This ends here. So sparkly.
Gets cleared pretty heavily by Frenzy Drake. No Lindworm yet. Can I be more economical than Frenzy Drake in here? Not really. Yeah, Frenzy Drake is our only option. Would put it outside of Cassie's reach anyway because there is a fail next turn, huh? Okay, let's take a risk with the Evolve here.
Ready to witness my
So I want to play around Phil. Or Cassie. Because he'll draw 1 and then draw a Phil. So he'll be at 8. Maybe we can end with Zoe and Arbiter next turn. You probably can just Airbound Barrage it too after Cassie, but that's a lot of tempo loss. No way he swings here. Alright. The risk. Yeah, because he can have another White Vanar in his hand, we lose. We can Zoe, but the problem is we can't kill. Because all he needs is... I think he already played like 3 fills. All he needs is a 4th, he would kill. And the speed that he did that play means that he probably already has the White Vanar in his hand. Ergo, we would be dead next turn if we don't go for this play anyway.
I swing this sword to protect the world. Let us reach a resolution. Ow! I am the god, the root of life.
As one would expect. Give the rush and the drain.
You defy life.
Can attack twice. Oh, that's delicious. That's pretty delicious. That was good. That was super good. I have to give props for that. I have to give props for that. That was good. That was a good defensive play. I can't even get mad.
I admit defeat.
I can't even get mad about that. That was a good defensive play. Yeah, no, it like this deck. There's something there, like it's off tempo a little bit. It's just really off tempo. I don't know if it's the archetype or the decks that are being made right now that cannot make Lindworm work. But we'll keep trying. Alright, next up is a mirror, or maybe, probably Jabberwock actually. Jabberwock is performing a little bit better on ladder.
This one's for my family.
But here, I'm not sure if we actually keep the Avowed Strike. Probably should, given that it's a dragon matchup. Maybe not. I'd rather have Feline actually. Can be better. Okay. Lots of ping off small followers.
Reporting for duty.
Greetings.
Okay. We have Oracle and then Adramalik with the Blazing Breath. Probably need to Oracle here. Take the 2 damage. I think the loss of Sybil is actually hurting this deck quite a bit. This archetype, at the very least. Because Kathatha is not a replacement. Even though she theoretically protects you for 2 health, she's not a replacement. Sybil is useful all stages of the game. Kathatha is used for turn 5 and 6.
He's still no match for Mr. Dragon.
Alright. Probably just Dramatic first if we're gonna use it.
I'll grant you this.
Yeah. Next turn.
Still room for improvement.
Next turn is probably Dragon Cleaver Knight into more than likely Sword. Or Dragon Strike Blade rather than life.
Burning flames will freeze.
Star Phoenix is nice here. In this particular matchup. You can just Evo and life if you really want to be greedy, but I don't think I can afford to be. But I don't want to spend the life here either.
Rescuing people's a hobby of mine.
That's unfortunate.
There's a lot more where that came from.
I see justice through. Shall we advance? Hear the dragons roar.
Okay. Yeah, there's way too many options for me to think here.
He's still no match
Makes
for
sense.
Mr. Dragon.
No wait,
Be gone.
he's just trading to death.
He won't let you harm Mr. Dragon.
Summoner first and then Light Whisper. Oh, Staircase, is this PDK? This looks like PDK then. Oh wow, he's
That's
trading
it for
there.
now.
Okay,
Ah!
sure thing. If it's PDK, then Adramalik is actually useful. Dragon Cipher Blade is really useful.
He's still no match
Still for the
Mr.
full clear here
Dragon.
because we're going to be greedy with a little bit of our draws. Alright, we got the first Lindworm.
Ready to witness my true strength? He won't let you hurt me. Tremble and cower. So cold.
Yep. We only have 4, so we need to start playing a lot of spells next turn. We'll be efficient because of the Dragon Strike Blade. Although he's about to get in a lot of pings too, but hopefully we can, given that he doesn't have Phoenix Rider anymore, we should be relatively good. Yeah, Adramalik is a spell here for sure. We'll even be a little bit wasteful with the spells if it means getting better cards.
You won't
Fine.
Still room for improvement.
He doesn't play a follower, of course, because why would he? Zoe, every time.
Bathe in the light of destruction.
I don't want to overdraw. And also just put up a big follower for him to deal with, but the 5-6 is relatively easy to deal with given PDK. However, he's only drawing 5 cards. But that's not easily answered by a Dragon Newt. Can also just go up to 10 now. That'll leave us at 4-2. And then we can set up an Aina.
Rescuing people's a hobby of mine. Dragon life.
Or
blade.
Aina, Feline. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we actually have to play Orca here, that way we get Lindworm a turn earlier. And that's it. Yeah. Because this is 8, 9, 10. The earlier you get Lindworm against PDK, the better the matchup is, given that they don't have Scyther anymore. The fact that we're getting it before the crack of Staircase is even better.
I'll rescue everyone.
Ooh. Bahamut is not a dragon, I have to remember that. Bahamut is not a dragon. Although this could, neutral followers, so it's limited to Bahamut or Marduk? Or, gosh, I don't even know. Ooh, that's good. An Orca. Alright. It's actually pretty scary. We can go for a wider board strategy here. Do this for 3, this for 2. That trades into that. That trades into that. Blazing Breath. That's 2 spells. Well, no. There's actually not 2 spells. 5. 1. 2. 3. Okay. I can buy that. But it's Dragon though. We kind of want to save our...
Burning flames will freeze.
Okay.
You have angered me! Never wake again. Never.
Yeah, we unfortunately need to use our kill spell, so there's no not popping that. Alright. Blazing Breath here. That is...
You won't even be able to
Did I actually miscalculate that? Oh my god, I am so mad. I am so mad. I miscalculated that. I am legit mad right now.
That's it for now.
I am very, very legit mad right now. I miscalculated that. I thought I had enough.
It's so cold.
We can deal with it, but I am very triggered right now. Well, there's no way I'm not getting 10 this turn, so even at the cost of being inefficient.
Dragon Strike Blade.
Winds of Sepharvaim, son of Samaria.
Spend his resource in dealing with that. That way he doesn't just get Lindworm,
Hear the dragons
which allows us to Lindworm ourselves. It's a pretty good play.
Burning flames will freeze.
It won't be long now.
Never wake again. Never.
He's representing 3 damage with this.
You won't even be able to tremble. Hear the
He's
dragons
representing 4 damage now with this.
Let's work together, okay?
What are the chances he also has Lindworm? Pretty high? Would you say so? Jabberwock. I don't trust that one bit. That is Jabberwock through and through. But what does Jabberwock do in a neutral deck? He probably just wants to Jabberwock me, huh? So I have to clear the board anyway.
You follow behind.
That has to be Jabberwock. It has to be. Jab.
Jaws that bite, claws that catch.
Zoe. Yep.
To protect the world.
This
Yep.
victory is a testament to your strength.
I figured. Like he kind of outplayed us right there. That was good. I can't even complain. That was some good Jabberwock play. Oh man. Okay. I'm seeing the deck's problems now for sure. I'm seeing the deck's problems. Alright, next game is up against Haven. Huh.
Bow before
All right.
Dark Dragoon, ruler of the
See what
skies.
Haven can do.
I
This
assure you,
probably
the
is Holy
pleasure's
Line.
mine.
Oracle we always keep. Not sure we keep the Frenzied Drake in hand. We keep Aila. And let's see what we can do from there. Feline will be nice on the turn 4. Just a matter of whether we can accompany her with anyone else. Probably an Aila. Although the problem with this hand is there's no spells. This is going to be our first. We'll... Okay, just that. I might still actually... Well, no, no. That just makes sense. Given that he has that too. Dragon Summon.
Hear the dragons roar!
Yeah, we've only played one spell so far, which is the bad thing. Might as well play the Aila for the little bit of damage. Because that's 3 damage given if he's going to White Fang Temple here. That 1 extra damage might end up mattering for the reach we need later, and we probably only need 1 Aila to evolve into. Oh, not even White Fang Temple, that's good. Roy, for sure.
Rescue people's a hobby of mine.
The ramp is a little bit more important here, I think.
Dragon Life Blade.
Tremble and power.
Yep. We'll save the Feline for later.
Still room for improvement.
Gemstone into Gemstone? Oh, okay, I was about to say.
100 punches!
Okay, that's a good turn for him.
Just where are you looking?
That's a really, really good turn for him.
Word of heaven is true!
That's it for now.
So we have 2/2/2 here, but we've only played 2 spells so far for this. Or we can force the Dragonute into Aila, probably the better option of the 2. Yeah. Given his 5, it's probably going to be Cernian Hind. We're probably going to need this later anyway, so yeah, I can buy that. Spell number 2.
I'll train harder for next time, Mr. Dragon.
Here's the problem, we have no way to refill our hand right now.
I won't let you harm Mr.
We have all the ramp in the world, but no hand. Tempo. Load. Pretty weak turn for him because that's only going to be a Snow White only.
Allow me to
He can handle this. Given that he doesn't have cannon yet, he can handle this. That may be famous last words, but we can handle this. Only problem is we have no Lindworm. Drake is unfortunately our biggest threat, given that he hasn't drawn into because the thing he can do is DLF, then he's going to go into yeah, his best thing is Feline, right? Or DLF, evolve, and he has to swing both into this in order to kill it. Which is still fine for us because that actually sets us up for Lindworm. The only way we get punished by that is Cernian Hind plus Morier. Yeah, no use in evolving here. We'll be trading Statin. Given that we're more than likely going to cast hardcast Lindworm by itself, we're gonna need that Evo point. Yeah, he hasn't even cast any Lion so far, so it probably won't. Yeah, just not enough. Well, just enough reach, I guess.
This is the power.
Just enough reach, but this is his first line, so Lindworm should be good here. Alright. Oh, there it is. Okay, Holy Lion does not run Cernian Hind. At the very least, the ones I've seen so far, so I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. I have to risk that he does not run Cernian Hind. If he runs Cernian Hind here, Okay. I can respect that. I can respect that. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. He has a pretty clunky board, although this will not matter in a second.
In the light of destruction.
Do they play Jean? Maybe. They may play Jean. I don't want to get rid of his board for him. So I think we'll just Orca. Do I want to waste the Blazing Breath? Not really, given that we don't have a lot of cards in our hand.
Time for discipline.
Type. Mourier. Again. Not a lion. Anything that's not a lion, especially stuff that costs 2 or more, I'm totally fine with. Because he can't get rid of it in his board. I can Orca again. Although that doesn't really up our spell count. Get some chip damage in. Blazing Breath this Orca. Alright, can buy that.
Someday, the true peace.
Probably can evolve here, because he has to run this in, right? Because he would have played Jean if he had it. Okay, I'm gonna take the risk. Because it doesn't look like our dragons are coming to town anytime soon. No need to play the Blazing Breath. He would have played Jean last turn. Why wouldn't he play Jean last turn if
I shall guide you to glory.
he actually held that? Okay, sounds fair. Again, not Holy Lion, so we're delaying the turns. Easily enough, but don't have any cards in our hand. This is probably why he runs Eye, or whatever that dragon card is that takes followers into their hand. We'll free up 2 spaces next turn. Now one of those will likely become the 4/4. And with no draw spell in sight, not even a Dragon Oracle, I think it's actually better for us to not play anything here, believe it or not. We'll get this to set it up, I guess, because either one can trade. Oh no, we can get this and just hold the Dragon Strike Blade.
Rescuing people's a hobby of
We
mine.
need to make his turns inefficient, even at the cost of sacrificing some turns. We will play a Blazing Breath here, just to up our spell count, but that's it.
That's it for now.
Yeah, I do not want any dragons on the board, or any more lines than we're about to eat right now. Line number 1, line number 2. Alright, you're not playing line number 2, there is no way you're not playing line number 2. That is your only play. Four, 6, 8. And he's just playing the lines. Okay, I get it. I get it. 9 and 10, so he shouldn't be able to kill us here. He can heal, but he shouldn't be able to kill us here.
Dragon Strike Blade!
Yep. Yeah, he spent way too many turns trying to counter my board. For some god unknown reason. Like trying to play more Morie, maybe he didn't draw into his stuff. Maybe I didn't give him enough stuff to whack with what's that card called? The Prism something? Prism Swing. To get any more line generators, because these lines are coming way too late. Like he should have already had these by like turn 8. Yeah, playing Jean that turn actually cost him quite a bit in terms of lions. The only way he gets out of this is he plays the character he's playing DLF. Or Lorena, but he just spent all his evil points too, so I think we are fine.
Holy fragment.
GG. GG's indeed.
So disappointed in myself.
Yep, the fact that I didn't kill Jean there probably saved us a little bit of damage. So that's why I didn't kill Jean.
Victory is exhilarating.
Because I wanted to keep the damage on the board too at all times. It's one of the like small optimizations that you can do when playing against Lion Haven. Alright. Maybe last game is going to be against Aggro Forest again. Going first if they're Aggro Forest, they're pretty much F in the B. So we'll keep the Force of Dragon just in case. We'll keep Roy as kind of an option select here. And Aiila is good on going second, because you get that early. Okay. So if Midrange Forest, Aggro Forest. So Aggro Forest. Blazing Breath every single time. Yeah, that's not good. Ideally we get Oracle here. Because I really do not want to play the Aiila. Can just play an Orca, up our spell count. Goes up to 2. Just not a bad play. Because I really want to save this for ramp. The way we refill with this hand is with the Avowed Strike.
Stars are so gorgeous.
There's the... Okay, so this is our last chance to trade into this. The question is whether we get ramp or spell or Dragon Strike. Because our next turn is going to be Aiila. He's going to play a bunch of small stuff, right? Probably needs to be ramp. Odd as that sounds, it probably needs to be ramp. I might be wrong.
Rescuing people's a hobby of mine.
Because I want to get to Avowed Strike sooner rather than later. Oops. Are we trading here? Yes, we're trading.
But...
Lord of Brambles. I might actually force here. If he plays a bunch of 1/1s right now, I might force. Because that sets him back a lot.
Hey, let's play. Hey,
I might force.
Play.
Yeah, he doesn't even trade. I might force here. So he doesn't get to return anything. Yeah, that's a big tempo loss for him. Because if I evolve Aila here, I get 5, I get 6. Next turn I have 7. That's, which allows us to force the dragon plus waters, I guess. I feel like with Leafman coming on 5, this is actually better.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, let's chip him down.
There's a lot more where that came from.
I have a feeling that
I
Leafman's
see
gonna
justice.
come
Shall
down.
we advance?
Leafman would have been the 5 if I didn't do that. Yeah, I feel better about that play now. Yep. I feel much better about that play now. Leafman would have been the 5. If I was playing Aggro Forest, yeah. That's fine. That just means that Brambles is not played with any fairies, I'll take that.
Punches flop.
You're not evolving that. Hell no, you're not evolving that. Alright. I'm good with that.
He's still no match for Mr. Dragon.
Ramp.
Ready to
Rampity,
witness
rampity,
my
ramp.
true strength?
He won't let you harm Mr. Dragon.
Did he actually foresight here? Because he did 3 spells, this is gonna be a 4 spells. Do I want... No, let's take the ramp.
Dragon Life Blade.
You already committed to that play. Might as well have the option for the enhance. Wood of Brambles. So 2 fairies in hand.
Punches flop.
Still 2 fairies in hand.
Hey, let's play. You're done for.
Yep.
Is this why I
About
have
strike
no
here?
friends? Still room for me. Hey, let's play.
Double Avowed Strike. Alternatively, I can also Avowed Strike. I can do this, which might be handy because it draws us into yeah, that might be handy actually. Hold on, let me think. Do I want followers? I probably want Frenzy Drake at this point, right? Only at 4. Produces more spells. Yeah, let's try that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Should be enough for rain. Yup. Perfect.
Fade in the light of destruction.
Cool. Then we have Frenzy's Drake next turn. Is one of these Leafmen? We're about to find out. Although Leafman doesn't get to buff as many things. Well, no, because of the... Oh, even better.
Insects.
Even better.
Won't be long now. So sparkly.
Even better. I will take that every day of the week. Do I need to evolve here? What am I scared of here? 1, 2, yeah, she shouldn't have anything. Shouldn't have anything that can trade into this.
Lost.
Yep. Yuppity yup. Okay. Rare time. Going first against Aggro Forest out of all things. I think we just really got lucky there. We got a emblem for Forte.
Victory is exhilarating.
So that was good. I think that was good. All in all. The deck is not terribad, so to speak. But it is, yeah, well, I'll discuss that later at the end. And there you have it, guys. That is the deck, the Lindworm deck featured by Ignideus. Thank you, Igni, for showcasing this deck. And also a short thank you from me for being my inspiration to get into Shadowverse again. This video would not be here without you. Now, on to the question I posed earlier at the start of this video. Why isn't this deck, quote-unquote, as good? First and foremost, I want to make it clear, especially after playtesting the deck, I think the deck's good. Rotation worthy, not tier 1. I do not think so. Not, at least not this version of the deck, maybe not even the archetype. I think that it may be something that would roughly average above 50% win rate if you're really, really good with the class and if you really specialize in it. But it's just a little bit too inconsistent right now. And I'm actually going to dive into that issue. So, why is it inconsistent? For a class that got 2 legendaries to support it, in a class, in an archetype, that wasn't even doing that bad before, because this girl is still crazy. Crazy good, crazy powerful. Why isn't this deck working? And the reason why, I think, is because the loss of Sybil and that loss of ramp and life gain in one card is hurting this archetype more than everyone thought it would. If you guys noticed, the games that we lost, we were roughly 1 turn away from winning. At the very least, we didn't have our hand forced up until that last turn. And if Sybil were around, that wouldn't have happened, right? Like, other than PDK, and even some PDK decks ran Sybil, every Dragon deck ran Sybil as a 3-of, because she was just that good. She provided heal, she provided ramp, she was useful in all stages of the game. Now, we're not really having that anymore. The meta right now is demanding answers in the mid game. It's not demanding answers in the late game, because you're going to be too late for Aggro Forest. It's not demanding answers in the early game, because Tenko Haven doesn't care about that. It's demanding answers in the mid game. And what are our answers in the mid game? Waters of the Orca, Star Phoenix, Dragon Cleaver Roy, Avowed Strike, maybe even, and this is a card loss, and then Force of the Dragonute for like 2 AoE. Jean does a better job than that. Granted, she costs 7, but I'd rather, but for you to be able to clear a board right now that has been Elf Song and rained, yeah, that's not gonna work. So, long story short, I feel that this deck has a hole in it that it has this big gaping hole on it, really, that Sybil left, and no one has been able to figure out how to fill yet. Now, let me end this video on a positive note. I think after month 1, that void will be filled, and Lindworm will be back close to, if not on the top again, after month 1. Definitely, I think around the time of the mini expansion, Lindworm will have a real shot with the addition of a new card, but I'm not even making that call. I think it will be close to the top before. There is no way that this cannot be made more consistent. Like, players right now really just have to find a way to make this more consistent. The only reason why that you're not finding it right now is because a lot of the top players, a lot of the people that are really driving the meta forward, a lot of players better than me, truth be told, are still grinding away at ranked, are still grinding away to get GM month 1. And we're only at less than week 1 of this new meta. After a lot of the players have gotten that GM, after a lot of them are grinding with the top tier decks, then they're willing to experiment with this. And I feel that this deck is just 1, maybe 1.5 cards away that I think already exists, mind you. It might be Dragon's Den, it might be Trample, it might be Whirlwind, it might be Skafata, I don't know. But I think it is legitimately 1 card away from being good. So, I'm going to make that prediction that when we revisit this archetype, later on in the expansion's lifespan, we will be saying that this is such a good deck and we need to have counters for it. But, that's it. That's all I have for now. Until then, this has been Sora, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.